guys, welcome back to the channel. I purchased, if you watched in the last video, you noticed that I had bought a 1969 Dodge Polara 4-door hardtop. I'll explain what hardtop means here in a minute. The reason why I got this car is because it's in really good shape, and a buddy of mine had bought it for the motor and transmission to put in his grandpa's truck. So I bought the car, and he said, hey, I might knock some money off the price of it if you pull the motor and transmission. So that's what I agreed to do. So I'm going to pull the motor and trans out of this. Just so you guys know, I know there's a few people that aren't real happy about it because it's probably a numbers matching car. I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't have a choice to buy it with the motor. So ain't nothing we could do about that, but I do plan on putting something else in it and getting her going. But she's a pretty straight car. Looks like it came from Tennessee. I heard that it may have came from Kentucky. I'm not 100% sure, but the body's in really good shape. We got just a little bit of rust down here on the quarter, a little wheel well. You can see how nice it is down the side. I mean, I'll buff that out and it'll look like a brand new car. Plan is to fix that, mask off that body line, and just fix underneath it and make it look nice. It's original, keep it as original as I can. Had a vinyl top on it, and it looks like they took the vinyl top off before it could get too bad. There's a few little spots here and there, little rust spots, but that can all be fixed. It's not completely rotted out like most of them I've seen in the past. We got where the seam was. So this is what I mean by hardtop. You have a hardtop, and a lot of people call them post cars. There's a bunch of different ways to explain it, but basically what a hardtop is when you roll the windows down, the post disappears. So this is all open. In a post car, the post is connected to the door, and there is a surround here. So I'll show you what I mean. Oh, that's nice. And that's what I'm talking about. I know these cars are well known for being the police cars back in the 60s and 70s. So what I'd like to do to this car, and this is just a thought, is fix the little dings and dents and try to make it as original as possible, and then wrap it in like a police car, state trooper, highway patrol, whatever, and maybe put a magnet light on top and CB, and you know, something for the kids to like at cruise night. It's different, it's fun, who knows. But we got damn near perfect grill, all the trim, bumper, all the lenses. I mean, it's all there. There's a small little rust bubble here and here. I think we'll do the same with that, just fix it, and then try to see if we can fog it in, make it look fairly decent from a distance at least. Yeah, it's a huge car. 1969 Polara. Interior is in really good shape. Needs a little cleaning, but we've got a crack in the dash, small rip in the seat, but other than that, that's all good shape. The carpet is no bueno. Pretty cool where they have the key at. I know that's pretty hard to find. We'll just clean it up a little bit. Get my screwdriver for the trunk. Headliner's fallen, but it's still all in one piece, so may be able to fix that. I am going to put a vinyl top back on it. I have a guy in Oklahoma City that we have bought a vinyl top from. It came in, it was like, for the Challenger, It was like 90 bucks shipped, and it took 1 day to get here. It was unreal, and it's the same pattern as from the factory. So see if I give him a call, try that again. We're into the car, no lights and stuff. Now, that is some sweet tail pipe action. I thought maybe it was just hanging. No, it is fixed that way, so that's exactly how they wanted it to look. It's hilarious. All right. Right open. Look how deep that trunk is. It is unreal. I haven't looked under here yet, but oh, it's got the original mat. I was told it was in really good shape. I believe it because the rest of the car is. So let's pop the hood on this thing. There she is. It is a 383 with 727 automatic behind it. The car was running and driving. I bought this car from a friend of mine, and he had got it running, drove it I don't know how many miles with the family in it, and just to make sure the motor was good before we pulled it out. And then he went to start it the other day, and when he bought the car, it had this MSD 6AL box, and apparently one of the wires, I believe it was the ground wire, came out of it, and he was pumping it full of fuel, couldn't get it started. Then when he put the ground wire back in and it started, it backfired, and when it backfired, hurt the carburetor. So probably busted up the power valves and blew out, you know, whatever in there. So he drained the radiator before we brought it over. So what we plan on doing is putting a carburetor on it and hooking the MSD back up correctly, putting a battery in it, put the hoses back on the radiator, put some antifreeze or water in it, get it started, drive it around the block, make sure everything runs nice and neat, and then we are going to pull the engine, and then I'll start doing what I need to do to make it really nice. So stay tuned. All right, well, I'm out here making a list of all the things that I think we need to get this thing started today. I noticed that there was a 4-barrel on this, and I didn't really pay attention when, when I looked at it. I figured most of them came out with 2 barrels, so maybe someone swapped over 4-barrel intake on there. But no, it's a 2-barrel intake with an adapter, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll have the right gaskets to take care of that. And I also noticed that it is a power drum brake car, so now I'm really curious to see how it stops. Got a couple other Mopars, and they're all different, so it's all pretty cool. So probably just need some fluid, as in coolant, battery. Do a little bit of research on this MSD. I've got a couple other MSD boxes laying around, so see what we got to do on that. Oh, looks like I got a text message. My help is on his way, so that's going to be good. Let's start gathering parts. So help finally showed up. There's Johnny. He's going to work with us today. And I was right. It is a 4-barrel. This is a pretty neat little setup. I haven't seen one like this before. I've seen like the Mr. Gasket style. But we got the 4-barrel adapter to the 2-barrel intake. The way that the fuel line is set up and what I have available here is I've got an Edelbrock carburetor. I know that's not the most popular ones, but whatever. We're going to pull it off my 79 Z28 and put it on here and see what happens. All right, should be loose. Pull her off. You get your hands dirty. something else hooked to it.
What else?
Oh yeah. All right. Well, need a top post battery. So we're gonna take the one out of the Cordova. So we've robbed from the Camaro and the Cordova to see if we can make the Polara run. The story of my life. I think you guys that do any kind of mechanic work, have multiple cars, will understand the struggle. Now this is just temporary. We put coolant in there, but we're just gonna run it for a couple days and then we're gonna pull the motor. So calm down, everybody. Run down the checklist. We got water in the radiator. Got the MSD hooked back up. We got a sweet Quadrajet. No, it's not a Quadrajet. It's Edelbrock Carter style. It would have been on a Mopar. We've got fuel line, battery. And yes, I'm very well aware that there is no cap on the carburetor, so we'll figure that out next. And now we're gonna go see what Dad's up to. What are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? I took the traction bars off the Nova and painted them, put them on the Roadrunner. I think it looks much better on that car. All right, try it. Stand back. Run. Starts right up. Purrs like a kitten. Nipple. All right, let's take her for a ride around the block. See how she drives. All right. You can do it. Put your back into it. The starter sucks, but we're pulling the motor, so it doesn't really matter. All right, she got 87,000 original miles on it. First for ride around the block. For me, it's been on the road recently, but try it out. Got power steering wind to it. Brakes are good, but suck at the same time. Power drum. I just have the passing gear open just a little bit with the zip tie. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of driving with it, so shit's all right though. It's a little more stiff than the Cordova, but she does float. You gonna own this car one day?
I'm gonna buy it from you.
No, you're not gonna buy it.
Jesus Christ, you were kidding.
Steering's real nice, but the brakes are hard, and I think that may be something to do with maybe the booster. I'd have to look into it. It's not a big deal though. Mopar big block. That's got to go. Oh. Well, we will eventually.
temperatures staying all right.
Yeah, I think the thermostat had to open up. That's what it was. Y'all don't laugh at his man bun. All right, thanks for joining everybody, and we will see you next week.